Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Today I am talking all about my experience doing the 30-day minimalism game from theminimalists.com. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I do lots of videos on beauty tutorials as well as my journey into minimalism and living with less. So today's video is talking about the 30-day minimalism game. You can find, if you want to do the game yourself, a challenge, whatever you want to call it, I'll provide the link below. There's all different kinds of versions of this. I've seen a few posts on Instagram about 30-day challenges, 10-day challenges, like a week challenge. So this particular one I found from The Minimalists. It's a blog all about minimalism and why it's important and how to incorporate it into your life. They actually have a documentary which is out this summer. I think it's already started to air in some cities in the States. It's coming to Canada in June, I believe. So I will link their stuff down below. All very interesting, lots of good articles to read. I'll just give a quick breakdown of the game, but again, you can find the full details on their website. Okay, so the game goes like this. You get rid of as many items as that number of day. So basically it's a 30-day challenge, so you should ideally start it on the first of a month. So for me, this was my entire April I did this. So on April 1st, you get rid of one item. The second, you get rid of two items. Third, three items. Fourth, four items. So on and so forth, all the way up until day 30, 30 items. So I thought this sounded super fun. I have no problems getting rid of stuff. I don't get overly emotionally attached to items, so I have no problem just saying, hey, this doesn't serve me anymore. It serves no purpose. I don't use this. Bye-bye. I have no problem with that, so I was pretty excited to start the game. I just want to start off by saying, though, I didn't follow this exactly. I did not follow the game as it was intended to be played. And the only reason I did this was because I knew going into this that the way the game is structured, it just did not fit with my lifestyle, and I wanted to succeed and do well in the game and within the challenge. And I just knew taking the time out each and every single day to get rid of items. And part of the game is that you need to have the selected items out of your house by midnight, end of the day. And I just knew that wasn't going to be possible going ahead into it. So what I did, I also wanted to do a lot of spring cleaning this spring. And I also wanted to have a garage sale. So I kind of tied in those two elements into the game, and that's how I did it. So what I did is I went room by room, cleaning as I went, decluttering, emptying out drawers, cleaning them while I was doing it. And then instead of just putting everything back into the drawers and cabinets and closets, I decluttered and got rid of things. So as I went, I kept track of the number of items I was getting rid of. And part of the game is, doesn't matter if you sell it, donate it, or trash it, it counts towards your number. So what I did is I kept a list of everything I was getting rid of. So that way I knew, okay, I was on day 2, but I've got up until day 7 worth of items out of my front foyer, for example. So I knew going into it, okay, if I don't have time to get rid of stuff tomorrow, I don't have time to keep doing my spring cleaning, I'm not falling behind, and I didn't get discouraged and quit the game. And that's why I did it like that. I knew it wasn't going to match with my lifestyle, and I didn't want to get discouraged and quit halfway through. So I just kind of found a way to still play the game, but make it match my lifestyle. So if you follow the game as you're supposed to, by the end of it, you will have gotten rid of 465 items. And I was just getting tired of writing everything down. So around, I think I was around 200 items when I actually stopped counting, but I wasn't even halfway through my house. So I know I got rid of well over 465 items, which is really, it sounds like a lot, but if you came into my house right now, you wouldn't notice. We still have lots of items. We still have an appropriate amount of toys for the kids. We still have clothes in the closets. But it's just, we got rid of a lot of duplicates. We had a lot of duplicate of toys, like from Christmas and birthdays and things like that. We had a lot of duplicate like kitchen items that it wasn't necessary for us to have, and all it was doing was creating more of a mess because instead of cleaning, the one fruit or like vegetable peeler we had, we just used the other one. So things like that, things you don't really need duplicates of, was probably one of the biggest things we got rid of. If you're thinking of doing this challenge, it sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot of work, but I think if you're going to follow the game as it's intended, it really only takes you like a few minutes each day to, and if you want to break it down room by room until you're done getting rid of things out of that room, that's probably something how I would suggest to kind of play it out. Start with, say, your kitchen, and each day, okay, one item, next day, 2 items, 3 items, 4 items, until you're done and you're comfortable and you can say, okay, I got rid of everything I can get rid of in this room. I've got rid of everything that doesn't serve us a purpose, that we have no need for, that we have an excess of, and I think you'll have a lot of success with it. So, and if you think that maybe you don't have a lot of stuff to get rid of, which I kind of thought that going into this, because again, we're not hoarders. I have no problem getting rid of things when I feel the need. Some areas where I've found a lot of items where I didn't really think I would find a lot of items to get rid of was, like I said, the kitchen, because we have duplicates of things that you don't really realize you have more than one of and that you don't really need more than one of. So a lot of kitchen utensils, bakeware, Tupperware, clear out that Tupperware cupboard. Dishes, mugs, I think we had over 20 mugs, and there's 2 adults in this house that drink coffee. I mean, you don't need that many. I think I'll try and find it. I found on another minimalism blog, I found a good list of the number of kitchen items you should have, and it was from a chef who practices minimalism. And you'd think, a chef would have every tool in the world, and he didn't. He had just the basics of what he needed. So I'll link that down below. So yeah, kitchen duplicates. If you have children, that's a really good area to declutter because they're constantly outgrowing things, clothes, toys, books. So that was a really easy area to find things that we could get rid of in the house, where it's just like, you kind of tuck them away and you forget about them because they're in a closet and they're not, you know what I mean? They're not bothering you, so you don't think to get rid of them, but someone else can have those clothes. Someone else can use those toys. So it's nice to declutter and pass those things along to the next family that might need them. And candles. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a candle person, and I got rid of, I think we had about 5 or 6 candles that were just, we had them and they served no purpose. We very rarely light candles. And yeah, so just things that, you tuck away because maybe you got them as a gift and so you feel bad to get rid of them. But if it's not serving you a purpose, sell it, pass it on, give it to somebody, re-gift it. Which, that might be terrible, but if it's not serving you any purpose and it's just cluttering your life, it's not good for you. It's been about a month since I've done part of the house and about 2 to 3 weeks since I finished doing all the spring cleaning and finished getting rid of everything. We ended up not having a garage sale, but I am selling some items on Kijiji, and then the rest we just donated to a thrift store. So now now that I'm on the other side of this challenge, I'm noticing there's just a general weightlessness. There's like a weight that's been lifted because, you open cupboards and drawers and you're not like just staring at all this useless junk. It's, which, you kind of think you tuck it in a closet and you tuck it away and you forget about it, but you kind of don't. It's there and it's lingering and it's in your house, and, your home should be your sanctuary and your calm place. And so it's nice to open these drawers and closets and they're not overflowing with stuff. It's just, there's an appropriate amount of items in there and they're all things we use, even if it's just like seasonally, and it's just a nice feeling. Another thing that's awesome, especially with having children, is the cleanup is so much easier at the end of the day. So I have a boy and a girl, and in each of the rooms they have like an appropriate amount of toys. And then downstairs in our living room, there's a few more toys. But again, it's like we have like a storage ottoman and then like two baskets, and that's pretty much it. So at the end of the day, it's just throw everything in the ottoman, put a few things away in their baskets, and everything's tidy. Whereas before it was just so much clutter and knickknacks and random things, and the kids weren't even like playing with them. It's more just like they like to spill everything on the floor, and it was just a big mess for me to clean up. So now it's everybody's happy. They have an appropriate amount of toys. They have books and toys and everything that they like to play with, and it's not too much of a mess for me to clean up at the end of the day. So moving forward, I'm noticing that when you're practicing minimalism, it's not like it's an ongoing thing. So, people are still going to buy you stuff. They're going to get you gifts. They might get you things you still don't use or want. So, maybe every season or twice a year, you're still going to have to kind of run through your house and say, okay, what are we not using? What's not serving us a purpose? What did people just kind of dump on us, like that we don't really want, which, you know, parents can kind of do that sometimes, pass on things to you and maybe you don't really need them or want them, but you just take them to be nice. Um, so it's something you're still going to have to do. And now that I've kind of gone through and decluttered once, and we've really pared down to things that we really just use, I'm seeing even more things that we're like, you know what, I kept that because I thought we use it, but you know what, we really don't. So probably in another few weeks or so, I'm actually going to do like another kind of run through of the house and do another declutter, because I'm still finding things that I'm like, I kept it because I thought it was important or I thought we would use it, and I'm still seeing like, oh, well, no, we don't really use that so much. So I'll probably do like a round two in a couple of weeks. So that has been my experience with this game so far. I highly recommend you try it. It sounds like a long time, the 30-day game. So if there's like a shorter one you'd rather do just to kind of tiptoe into it, I would do that as well. But this one was really fun. And, if you're like me, if you think like, you know what, I know my lifestyle and that wouldn't really work, then just find a way to make it work for your lifestyle and kind of do what I did and just keep track of your numbered items so that you're still kind of on track with the game, but you're just not following it exactly as it was meant to be played. And the only reason I did that is because I knew it didn't match our lifestyle and I didn't want to get discouraged, and I wanted to participate in the game and declutter the house. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear if you've done the minimalism game, what your thoughts were about it. Put those below. I will be doing my summer capsule closet soon, so subscribe so that you don't miss out on that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.